Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing the last video of the day for me, and that is Death of Superman, my movie review. So this officially comes out Tuesday digitally, and I believe physically August sometime, so in like 2 weeks usually. It's after the digital release. But I went to Comic-Con and I got to watch the panel, and I actually have a couple articles coming out about it too, so you can look forward to that. But yeah, let's start talking about this movie. Now, going into it, I will say I wasn't as excited. You know, I saw the trailer and I didn't really like the character designs. I was like, oh, why are they still doing the same old character designs we've been seeing for like the past 5 years with their New 52 initiative, which really shouldn't be happening anymore because the New 52 has been over for a while, so it's just like it feels old. And, you know, with the Death of Superman, when that was announced, you kind of want a full-on adaptation. At least that's kind of what I wanted. And with a lot of the previous DC animated films, we've gotten names of popular titles, but not really going for what the story was about. You know, obviously a big one being Judas Contract. It took the name, but didn't really do much for what the book actually was about. So I was a little nervous going into Death of Superman, but I have to say, I was really surprised with this one. I honestly really enjoyed it. I felt like the pacing was a lot better in this movie than it has been in the past. Maybe because I saw it on the big screen, so you kind of have a different take on it. Usually I watch it on my laptop when these movies come out, so you could pause it. You could like kind of look on your phone a little bit more, I guess. You could kind of tell if you are being bored or not, I guess. But with a big screen, you're not gonna go on your phone because you don't want to disturb other people, and you pay attention a little bit more because it's surround sound. You kind of have a better quality. But I don't think that's the reason. I really do think this was just a better quality movie. Now, going into negatives really quickly, yes, for my whole prelude before, it's not a direct adaptation of Death of Superman. If you're looking for that in art style or narrative, it's not. But the difference between this movie and the previous ones I just talked about, it took the heart of what Death of Superman's about. You know, Superman was he's the guy everyone loves, or most people love, and you see the love of Superman and why he's an important character and why he's an important superhero. And he goes face to face with a monster that is stronger than him, or at least same strength, and he dies. That's the story of what if Superman died, and what would the world be like, and that's exactly what that story's about. And I feel they captured the emotion that was needed, which a lot of these animated films, it's more about action. You know, they try to do these kind of random plot twists that never work, and it wasn't about this. And I have to say, the heart of this movie and why I think this movie works is Lois Lane. You know, I feel like a lot of these other movies, they don't focus on the supporting characters as much as they should, but Lois is a big part of this. But I will say a big difference for this, it still follows the New 52 continuity, so she doesn't know that he's Superman in this movie. So I think that might bother some people. For me, looking into a New 52 lens, looking at this as an adaptation, in some ways it kind of made the narrative stronger, because what this movie is about is Lois finding out that Clark's Superman, that her boyfriend's Superman, and that he's been hiding things. And we lead up to the final battle that we all know and love from Doomsday, which I thought was really well done. And Doomsday had that original look in that like kind of jumpsuit thing that looked, you know, that he had. You get to see that on screen, and then he pulls it all off and he looks like the Doomsday we know. Epic battle. And you get these emotions played out because of Lois, that she realizes, okay, my boyfriend's Superman. I finally found this out. I finally have him fully. And kind of that's played out with the marriage too, right? In the comics. So, you know, I finally have my boyfriend fully with marriage, or getting to be married, and here it's like I finally know him, and he's taken away from me, and we get to see the love for Clark more than Superman, which I really enjoyed, because, you know, in the 90s they played with that a little bit more because of the Lois and Clark television show. It's like, no, Lois doesn't love Superman, and I mean she does, but it's definitely more for Clark. And this is a Clark Kent movie, and I really appreciated that. You know, there's this idea of knowing Clark, who he is as a person outside the Superman persona. And then you kind of have the outside feeling of, okay, what do people think of Superman? What does that mean? But then there's this more of this core of Clark, and I like that. We got to see that through Lois, because she's the heart of this movie, and through Clark's parents, where you have the funeral and they're outside. They're not allowed to see him. But you know, as a viewer, it was like, no, that's Martha and John. They should be right next to the casket. And you kind of have this chuckle where it's Lex Luthor giving the eulogy. So there's this kind of nice character moments that we haven't seen in these movies in a really long time. So I was impressed with it. Honestly, the only problem I had with this is trying to fit into New 52 continuity, and I guess the costume designs are very repetitive. I kind of wish they were a little bit more I don't want to say thought out, but I want to see a little bit more from them. You know, I want to see different character designs. I want to see different costumes, but they're all kind of similar, and it makes the art easier, and you can kind of tell, you know, because of the time period they have to make these movies, maybe if they had a longer time period, they could make these costumes a little bit more towards the comics, or just more creative, and that's my only nitpick for this film, though. But I thought the pacing was really well done, and it sets up for a really good movie. So for me, I'm going to probably give this 4.25 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed this one, and I recommend it. It's definitely a different tale, but I think it's a tale worth seeing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later.